Rally is our core. It is who we are. If this place was to burn down, if you came back in here, there would be a rally team standing here. It's our heart, it's what we do.
To be a champion level driver, you need to be constantly racing.
Travis Pastrana.
Travis will do Travis things.
His position is beyond an ambassador. He is the sport.
I want to rally for the rest of my life.
Expectations for Brandon gotta be to win.
He's here to win. He's here to win championships.
Has the student become the master?
There's so much behind the scenes. There's so much drama.
That's it. That's as much as you're getting.
We all took a step back. What are we going to do next?
We're holding the torch right now. If we drop the torch, then the flame goes out.
I am so sorry.
That happened to both cars. 1 in a million.
Ouch. In the last 3 years, it's a dynamic change, and we've had to adjust.
It's crazy.
Subaru's not a one-trick pony.
It's incredible what they've built.
Wow, this is a car.
I don't know that most fans realize how much stuff goes on behind the scenes.
Rally day, really early.
They're the best stages in the world for a reason.
Go quick. Hey, it's a good day to go fast.
They're racing hard right now.
The storytelling of who we are and how we got here.
To be honest, pretty day.
If you're not confident you can do the job, you're done. That's the way it works.
You know, it's win or bust.
There's no point driving slow.
It doesn't get old. I don't want to be hurt anymore.
There's no turning back.
Once I get in the car, I'm going to go like hell.
This is Launch Control. Before a new race season, teams focus on refining the essentials needed for the year ahead. That's what Subaru Motorsports USA is doing here.
We are in the state of Maine on a testing grounds we've used for many years, Fish Pond Road. It's actually a stage during the New England Forest Rally, but it's a little bit different in the wintertime. And we're out here shaking down a brand new car.
Snowdrift's the first rally. It's a winter rally. It's going to be all ice. And yeah, we're going to chase this setup for snow and try and find a good setup for the first race of the year.
But before the pre-season test even begins, they already know there's a piece missing to this puzzle. To understand exactly how this all came to be, you may need a little bit of context. Subaru Motorsports USA is the racing arm of Subaru of America. For decades now, and I mean decades, Vermont SportsCar has built, raced, and maintained the fastest Subaru rally cars in the world.
I literally work here because they let me.
And together, they are winners. They are the most dominant rally program in North America and Subaru's largest motorsports program internationally.
You know, Subaru's not a one-trick pony.
With rally cars, rally cross cars, one-off gymkhana projects, and beyond.
You don't even have any filming of that?
No.
You're not going to show it?
They wouldn't let us.
It's too secret.
More on that soon, but let's stick to rally.
Subaru's heritage is in rally. A lot of people said we couldn't do this in America, and we've proved them wrong.
Their rally driver lineup consists of two-time American rally champion and mountain bike sensation Brandon Semenuk.
I'm good where I am.
Defending champion, top of his game. Expectations for Brandon gotta be to win.
And six-time American rally champion, multi-time X Games medalist, and insanely popular action star Travis Pastrana.
What's up?
Travis represents rally in the US.
You guys ready for the rally?
His position is beyond an ambassador. He is the sport.
But he's not really a normal person.
He's a massive celebrity.
He's there for entertainment value, and he's there to win.
Are you alive?
Dude!
It's going to take a scientist to explain how Travis's brain works.
They will compete at all 8 rounds that make up the American Rally Association season, aka the ARA Championship, which begins in just a few weeks' time in Michigan. And that brings us back to the test.
First time we go on this kind of condition and surface with this new car. So we are trying to optimize the car in those kind of conditions.
2-car team, 1-car test. That's because Travis isn't here.
It is an interesting test because originally this was supposed to be me and Travis. We were both going to have our own cars, but this is Travis's brand new car. We're shaking it down for him.
The reason Brandon's driving it this weekend is simply because Travis had knee surgery that he's recovering from. That's the name of the game with Travis. He's got injuries and very small timelines to get these things, put to bed and get himself feeling better. Now's that time for him. It just happens to coincide with when we need to get this car done. Brandon was gracious enough to get in the seat and drive it for Travis.
For sure, for me, it's not ideal. As an engineer, I'm just like, no, I want him for a week on different surface before doing the first rally, on snow, on gravel, but Travis is Travis and we have to deal with that.
In a normal year, both drivers are championship contenders.
Travis and Rhiannon, they've secured the championship.
Brandon Semenuk and Keaton Williams.
And in the past, Travis has never let an injury hold him back.
Travis is king of cutting recovery times as short as possible. He's the only person where if he'll break a bone and you have an event in 4 weeks, you're like, yeah, he'll probably be okay. He's done races with us with taped up shoulders, and he's got screws in, and he's got, a catheter.
He just always wants to do the best. Always, doesn't matter if he's crawling. The real testament to his mentality.
He's always been sore and limping, right? Since we started working with him, he's always he's broken every bone in his body.
The team has learned to live with that and expects him to overcome whatever ails him.
I had a knee replacement mid-December. After getting a knee replacement, had some complications. It wasn't really 100%, but I thought, you know what? The Snowdrift Rally, it's a really good one for me. And I thought if I had any chance having a year off to compete with Semenuk, it was going to be there.
But Brandon is on a tear.
National champion, Brandon Semenuk and Keaton Williams.
Brandon Semenuk and Keaton Williams.
Brandon drove his ass off.
Brandon Semenuk, Keaton Williams.
This is a good way to end the rally.
Riding a mountain bike the way he does has helped transition him into one of the best rally drivers there is. Spectacular results in a very short period of time. And when he arrived, I didn't think it would be like that.
He joined the factory team in 2020.
Best way to describe Brandon, he's a young Travis before Travis got old and more exuberant.
He was the young up-and-comer.
All over the place. I like it.
The team had been watching him for years.
I remember watching Brandon when he was first starting in reverence of Travis.
Pass the baton. Pass the baton.
But the student has become the master.
I think he surprised everybody at where he got and how quickly he got there. I mean, it took him 1 year with us, and by the second year, he was just at a whole nother level.
Now I have a battle, and that's honestly why I'm here, so.
Factor in that Brandon was the development driver for the all-new rally car, a car that Travis has yet to even drive, and the challenge of dethroning the new champion will be difficult.
Travis, being Travis, I'm going to jump in and I'll go 10/10ths, and he's confident he will win the rally.
The only guy for me that can do that is Travis. I have always been so surprised by his ability to understand the car in a minute, while other people need a week.
From my understanding, I don't think he's really ever lost Snowdrift if he's finished. I think he's been first or last, so I would expect the same attitude going into this year. But it's a bit of my setup and the things I like, and I'm getting the seat time on snow in this car for the first time, which is obviously a bit of a competitive advantage.
There is only one pre-season test, and one driver is getting all the benefit. What could go wrong? At Vermont SportsCar, where Brandon and Travis's Subaru rally cars are built, the 2024 race season is much more than just a calendar of events. The team is in constant evolution. 3 years ago, the team's combined rally and rally cross programs were all-consuming.
It's a boxing match, man!
If you've seen the first 9 seasons of this show, you'll know that from the get-go, they set out to claim titles in both disciplines.
A lot of focus, wanted to, to win, and we did win.
They've secured the championship!
It took 9 seasons, but they accomplished the mission. That is how Scott Speed entered the picture. Back in 2018, after losing another Rallycross championship, Subaru made a big move.
Subaru America has signed Scott Speed. So we went out and hired the driver, 4-time champion, to bring him in here to help us.
They nabbed him from Andretti Autosport, the defending champions.
He's precise, he's perfect, he's kind of almost like a robot when it comes down to cars.
I wanted to help create something. It took maybe a weekend of working with the guys and just adjusting a few tiny things that I could feel from my experience to turn that, what was already such a good car into its full potential.
The next 2 years would be a whirlwind of success.
It's Scott Speed that released and yet a Subaru for the first time this year. Unbelievable! Travis Pastrana! But the Subarus are absolutely crushing it.
The strength of the team would elevate all their drivers to contender status. Subaru had hit peak performance. By the final event of the 2021 season, 2 Subarus were in championship contention.
Bringing home the title would be freaking an amazing accomplishment for these guys, and I'd love nothing more to be able to give that to them.
Timmy Hansen gets moved across, Travis is trying to get it. Whoa!
A team-on-team altercation in turn 1.
Drive like I know you can, bud.
Followed by a hard-fought race over 6 laps, crowned Travis as champion.
Confirm once again. Travis is the champion based off of a tie break. He had 2 wins. Scott Speed had 1 win.
I could have knocked both cars out in that one turn. That was probably the biggest mistake of my life.
I was the reason that Scott Speed didn't win this race. He was the fastest one today.
Hey, bud, you won this championship all year. Give it up for Travis, everyone. Give it up for Travis.
The steward's decision not to penalise Travis for the incident didn't please Scott.
No, he didn't do it intentionally, and he's been an awesome teammate all year, so I'm happy for him. I'm happy for Subaru. That's it. That's as much happy as you're getting. That's it.
It was a bright, albeit complicated highlight of this team's history.
Then he probably wrote a really long apology email that I probably read like a little bit of.
He's the only reason I was able to win a championship in Nitrocross was because Scott was so meticulous. He got our cars so good. The starts, launches were so good. The handling was so good.
As the series moved to electrification, Subaru's rallycross program was halted.
So definitely a bit disappointed that this championship stopped, because we could have, we wanted to do that for years and years to come.
Because we didn't continue on, people don't realize that there were 4 cars here and all the spare parts built to go racing for a full season to defend the championship. We were not fooling around. We spent thousands of hours and millions of dollars to do a series, and then it just stopped.
Post-Nitrocross program, we knew we wanted to continue with Scott, and we're like, we know whatever we're doing on a track or with a car, Scott has huge value.
Still today, Scott is an integral part of the team. Subaru's larger plan for Scott would take time, so Scott's focus shifted to Subaru's commitment to its fans.
There's so much support from the enthusiasts. We get to do a lot of these SubiFest events all over the country.
Why not put him in his car? And why not send him more events and give him more ownership of the autocrosses at SubiFest?
This year I'm going to be designing some custom courses and really trying to grow that part of the SubiFest events, as that's, driving cars fast. That's a huge passion of mine.
Enthusiast events now often feature Scott in either full-spec racing machines or stock factory cars.
Cool. I need more distance value.
The postponement of their rallycross efforts opened the door to speciality projects.
I think we had a little bit of a time period after rallycross ended where we were thinking, what are we going to do, and what projects are out there?
When we were given the brief to do the Air Slayer, we were finally given a blank sheet of paper. We went at it with all the tools and equipment we had and the parts that we had to create a new car.
So much engineering was put into the rallycross program. We then had bandwidth to do a lot of crazy other stuff with the same talent, right? We still have the same engineers and we still have the same capability.
The Air Slayer came first, an instant hit, amassing millions of views and smashing records.
After completing that car and all of the press that we received from that Gymkhana video and all that, They allowed us to do another one, which was the Huckster.
The Subaru Family Huckster was born out of the original Go Anywhere wagon. The team was 2 for 2.
It seemed crazy to me, like, what are we doing?
Huckster was born out of the ability or the time to focus on doing a side project.
From there, the time and energy was available to entirely rethink and redesign all new Subaru WRX rally cars, the beasts they are racing this year. A rally car starts as a stock WRX, the same that can be bought at your local Subaru dealership. From there, anything that isn't needed for racing is removed.
We got it back down to a bare chassis, and now we can move ahead and start putting in some hard points that matter.
A roll cage and safety equipment is added. There is a strict rule book on what you can and cannot do to your car in order to qualify for rallying in the ARA series. The engineers use this as a jumping off point, making as many calculated decisions as possible to reduce the overall weight of the car while increasing its performance.
A car is a combo of a chassis and an engine.
Race engines are built up from boxer engines, then special racing components such as competition turbos and sequential gearboxes are added.
When you're packaging so much into a car, it becomes a game of millimeters.
Robust suspension dampers are used, along with essential underbody protection. Specific rally tyres and wheels are all carefully considered to get the most out of the car. It's what makes rally so interesting. From the outside, you see a car that is very similar to what you can buy in the showroom, but underneath the car is a highly strung, race-ready monster. From there, testing is where you take all the work done by the engineers and fine-tune to the driver and conditions.
Every time we get more data or we're able to meet a challenge, that makes the whole program that much stronger.
A driver needs to feel at one with the car.
Yeah, that's already better. I mean, I feel more comfortable.
In order to race at maximum attack.
All the development has been based on Brandon. We walk around him.
There's lots to learn during competition, but when we got to do all this testing with the 23R, it was kind of like I could make mistakes or, try things, but I wasn't, against the clock. It definitely played a part in my speed in 23, and I think it'll play a big part in 24.
If the car is unpredictable or throws up surprises, the loss of confidence will show up on the timesheet.
The success will come with their comfort. For me, the driver needs to feel home. He relaxes and then his magic is operating.
Trying a whole bunch of stuff. Obviously, suspension's a big one this week. Trying to find the right springs, the right damper clicks, things like that. Off the bat, the braking's really good in this car. There's a little bit more driver feedback, which is nice, but the balance is still something we need to play with, especially when it's very slippery. So curious what Travis is going to say when he gets in this car, because it is different than the last car. It's more responsive in a lot of areas. It's a little bit more nimble.
The reality is Brandon's got a lot of seat time. He's also, been the only one to drive this new generation car multiple times last year. He's going to have a leg up, I think, at Snowdrift, honestly. He's here, he's driving this car, he's creating the setups, he's getting the feel for it. It's seat time. You can't make up for seat time.
With 2 days of testing in the bag, it's a quick return to the workshop and then on to the first rally of the season. Seat time or not, it's game on. Nine days after their first ever snow test in the brand new rally car, it's time to rally. Welcome to Atlanta, Michigan, home of the opening round of the season, the Snowdrift Rally.
Start of the 24 season, we're here at Snowdrift Rally with no snow.
The name usually says it all, but unusually warm weather makes the name painfully ironic.
It'll be an interesting weekend for sure. Got Travis back.
I feel awesome. New year, new car, new knee. It's good.
took last year off. The goal was to spend more time with family. My heart and soul's in rally. Great to have Ree back, and can't wait for the year.
Looking to have some battles, looking to push. I'd imagine Travis will do Travis things and go flat out from stage one. Hopefully we're right there with him. 2
cars, 2 drivers. The fans surround the factory team.
It was so nice being able to get in the car, do a few days of testing, and then the next week we're at an event, I'm already fresh. I know there were still things to learn with the car, but you just feel really precise and prepared.
With over 100 miles of rally stages ahead of them, answers will begin to reveal themselves. Who will lead the way and who will chase?
It's a really good rally for me. I want to get as many points as possible. And if we have good snowbanks and solid ice, I have the highest winning percentage of any of my rallies there. Any place to jump back in, I thought that was going to be a good one.
Good luck, mate.
Yep, you as well.
3, 2, 1, go. 30, stay right at crest, over 50, right 4, tightens 3.
Next time.
This will be the first time ever at Snowdrift where there's no snow.
Things change so fast there. And
Travis Pastrana is part of the legacy of this era of motorsports.
I went into Snowdrift being as dialed as possible. He really thought that he could come in and win on that car.
Did not really have the doctor's approval.
Coming on this season of Launch Control.
It's win or bust.
You gotta go really fast.
It doesn't get old.
I haven't been the same. Scared myself multiple times.
Expectations for Brandon got to be to win.
Oh, hold on up.
Ouch.